Hello and welcome to the Celtic Druid channel. Today I'm in the village of GETH LEE-GAER, or GETH LEE-GAER as it can be pronounced. If you want to know how it's pronounced, or just look at the description below. So it's a fine day, so I decided to come here. I walked from Bargoed over the common, GETH LEE-GAER common, to get here today. I couldn't find the Roman training camps, so I thought I'd come to the actual fort itself. So this is it. This is what GETH LEE-GAER would have looked like in the 1300s. A highly conjectural reconstruction of the village of GETH LEE-GAER at the time of Rhymney, the timber castle of Iverbach. So GETH LEE-GAER then is just a small community which is part of the Rhymney Valley, Caerphilly County Borough, just 3 miles of my hometown of Bargoed, and it's well known for its Roman fort, and believed to have been built around 103, 111 AD. So, but the Roman training camps, they're on the common itself, but I couldn't find them. So I'm just going to show you where it is. So today is the 7th of March 2024. So anyway, the fort and Roman training camps would have housed about 500 Roman soldiers. And it's just over there. Now, believe it or not, this is where the Roman fort is. Those little mounds you can see, it's under the grass. Now this is what GETH LEE-GAER Roman fort would have looked like over 2,000 years ago. You can get the impression of how imposing the fort was. So they often built marching camps and temporary forts to give secure bases in hostile territory. There's another picture of it there. That's where it looked like when it was excavated. So the auxiliary infantry units who garrisoned GETH LEE-GAER would have worn simple shirts over the tunic with trousers made of wool or leather, and they would have carried a flat oval shield and have been equipped with a sword, dagger or a spear. It's really hard to imagine, that this field is that nearly 2,000 years ago. It was an important link in the network of forts which helped control most westerly fringes of the Roman Empire. So the Roman fort was hidden in grass and until a group of archaeologists excavated it in the early 20th century. You may Google it. You'll find it online if you Google it with photos. There was a Doctor Who spin-off called TORCHWOOD, which starred John Barrow and Eve Miles, who was a bit of character called Gwen Cooper. I thought she was kind of cute. But there was an episode called End of Days, which starred a wonderful actor called Murray Melvin. Now, he was in a film called A Taste of Honey, which was set in 60s London. But anyway, this episode called End of Days, this village and the Roman fort was name checked. They're at this police station in Cardiff, and I know her, hang on, I got distracted then, sorry, I won't move too away. They're at this police station in Cardiff, and all of a sudden this Roman appears, and there was a male police officer. He said he's speaking in Welsh. All I can get out of him is GETH LEE-GAER. So Eve Miles' character Gwen Cooper said, GETH LEE-GAER. There's a Roman fort in GETH LEE-GAER. And that was it. That's what GETH LEE-GAER Roman fort looks like. So check out Torchwood End of Days, and you'll hear GETH LEE-GAER Roman fort being mentioned, and you can say, oh yes, I saw it on the Celtic Druid channel. This here is GETH LEE-GAER Cemetery. It's a nice peaceful place. GETH LEE-GAER, a nice sleepy village. So this is Twisted Ink Tattoo Studio, but it used to be a post office. As you can see that the post box is still there, and there. Parish Church of St Catog, the parish of GETH LEE-GAER. Old tombstones. That one goes back to 1859. Good gosh. It's an ancient church, but as you can see, it's well restored. So from St Catog's Church, this is Church Road, and this here is the pub called the Harp Inn. My family used to go in there regular. My grandparents, my dad, my uncle. I've not been in there for over 20 years. My family used to live here in GETH LEE-GAER village. I used to get off the bus by there. I used to walk this way to see them. Memories indeed. Tí Catog. Office. That there is GETH LEE-GAER Surgery. It used to be a school, but I can't remember what the name of the school was. So from the surgery, you've got GETH LEE-GAER Square. Hello. You've got Cossett Express, GETH LEE-GAER, Morrison's Daily, GETH LEE-GAER Fish Bar, Undertaker's there. So from the Harp pub, I'll take you to this street. This It's actually St Cadog's Avenue, but they call it Harp Terrace by the locals, obviously because the Harp pub. But St Cadog, he was a saint. He was the son of St Gladys and Queen St Gladys, they had streets and a church named after her in Bargoed, which is just 3 miles from here. But her son, obviously, he was a saint, and he was a pious man. He was known as Cadog the Wise, and obviously they named this street after him, St Cadog's Avenue. But my family are from, my immediate family are from Bargoed, but in the 1970s they lived in this street, and I used to come here as a child. My father used to take me here, and I'll show you where they used to live. My family used to live here at number 76 in the 1970s, and obviously I remember having my photograph taken there by my uncle Roman, after I car in my hand. So anyway, my grandparents lived in there. Doris and Roland. Roland Dexter was my grandfather. He served in the Second World War. He was in the commandos, and my father lived there too, Douglas Dexter. But that's when my grandfather Roland died. I can remember seeing him in that property, and he died in that house on the 9th of October 1976. He was only 60. So anyway, I had a girlfriend, well, no, actually, sorry, my friend Barry, his girlfriend lived there after me, and of course, let's go this way, yeah, Barry, he had a girlfriend that lived there after me, and for some reason Barry took me there to see her, and I said to her father, and I said, oh, my grandfather used to live here. He said, yeah, he's still here, still owns the place. Unbelievable. So, after my grandfather Roland died in 1976, I took charge of his drawings. My father gave me his drawings. And, but by 1978, I had lost touch with my dad, and I didn't see him for 5 years. So anyway, I started comprehensive, and I met a girl called Angela, and coincidentally she knew my dad, and she lived above them in this property I'm going to show you now. And it's right over here. This is the way I used to go to see them when I got back in touch with them. So this street is called GETH Place. This is where I had an emotional reunion with my dad after 5 years. GETH Place. My father lived here at number 8 GETH Place. Maybe I shouldn't give the address, but it's just memories for me. Number 8 over there, flat 8. On the bottom, and Angela lived up there with her mother and dad, Diane and David. It was my then girlfriend Angela who gave me the address, a piece of paper, and she had already moved to Cascade in the village down the road. And my grandfather Bill was with me because he had to show me the way, because I didn't know Gelligaer very well then. Right, hello. Hi, how are you? Good, good. So we're now approaching Gelligaer. I used to live in this street, but when I saw my dad, actually my Uncle Mike came out, and he saw us, he recognised me, and they invited me into the house, and I saw my dad in the chair. As soon as I saw him, that was it. Being the sensitive child that I was, I put my arm around him, and I cried. I'm sorry, I nearly lost it there. It's never happened to me before. Right, that was back in 1983. But anyway, this is Gelligaer. Yeah, I used to live in the street. years ago. I've not been in this street since I left in 2011, I think. So anyway, yeah. So my family then moved from GETH Place down to Caerphilly, and that was when my father died they'd moved in Caerphilly in 1987, but my dad died in 1991. So I'm just going to take you down this street to number 34 where I used to live. That's number 34 down there. So I lived there for a few years. So that's GETH LEE-GAER. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I'm glad that the weather stayed dry. Forgive me if I got a bit overwhelmed there. You know, I think about him sometimes. It does hit me sometimes. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. There's still to come. I'm going back to my hometown of Bargoed, where I'm going to pick up what I missed. So thank you so much for all of your support and for watching. My sincere wishes to each and every one of you. Bye now. Yeah, please appreciate, because I found it hard to make this one, because I struggled because I couldn't see without my glasses.